So let me ask you this question, and I know you're not, regardless of what people want to say, you're not employed by AEW, okay? How difficult do you think this is going to be for them?
The pay-per-view or the company?
The inevitable things that's going to try to happen to try to, it's going to.
The odds are way against them. The odds are way against them.
Yeah.
It's way uphill.
Right.
It's a lot of work. It can be successful, but it's going to take an extraordinary effort from a lot of people and a little bit of luck. And I think they know that, and that they're brave enough and confident enough to say, we're going to bet on ourselves.
Right.
I mean, I know that's what Tony's doing. I mean, Tony's literally putting his money where his mouth is, you know?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. And people have talked about that for a long time, that, oh, it's going to take a billionaire to come along. Well, he's here.
Right.
And this is it. And if anybody's ever had a shot to make it work, it's him. It's them. I mean, they've got the talent. They've got the financial backing. They've got the mainstream connections.
Mm-hmm.
This is a real thing. Tony can get meetings a lot of people couldn't get.
Right. And I understand that. What measures success in pro wrestling now?
Dollars.
And I get that, okay, but it was a war at one time. It was either they were trying to knock each other off, okay? Why? Why can't you have more than one successful wrestling company?
Well, but being the number one and being the only are two different things.
Right.
And WWE has enjoyed being the only for far too long.
Right.
And this may annoy some of my AEW friends, but they're going to be number one. You've just got to be happy to be in the game and be number two.
Right.
I mean, WWE has been so far ahead,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to the point where they're publicly traded. And you got to think about how many wrestling companies that's ever even happened to, and what that really meant. I mean, this is a company that is worth billions of dollars. You know, they had did you see what happened to the stock last week?
Mm-hmm.
At one point, it went over $100 a share, and this is a stock just 3 or 4 years ago was $16. I mean, it's crazy. And it fell back down to like 85 by the end of the week. So it went up, but it had quite a tumble because they reported their first loss. And it would have been a bigger loss had they not done that Saudi show. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason they're still doing this next Saudi show, because they want to, ensure investors that the money's still going to be there.
Right.
Because they lost millions on the quarter.
Wow.
And that's unusual for them.
But why can't...
There can be a second promotion. I'm just saying
it should be. It shouldn't have to be either or. It's been a wrestling war too long, and I'm telling you, you can't tell me that. I don't know anything for sure. You can't tell me that he's not concerned about AEW.
No, clearly he is. Hello.
Well, but why can't he just say another wrestling promotion will put more eyes on wrestling, and we'll all benefit from it? I just never did get why you got to be scared.
I don't think he's scared. I think he's just protective of his spot, brother. That's what everybody in wrestling does.
Right.
Everybody's worried about losing their spot.
Right.
Even Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Not losing his spot with his boss, but yes, losing his spot with his boss, the fans.
Mm-hmm.
He's worried that the fans may decide they like something a little better. And I think what he's really more worried about is not necessarily, AEW landing a better TV deal or AEW landing a better licensing deal. I think right now he's worried about losing talent to AEW because he already has. And it looks like there's an epidemic. You see guys asking for the release. I don't know how much you keep up with that, but, like TJ Perkins asked for his release and he got it.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, Dash and Wilder, the Revival, asked for their release and they didn't get it. Luke Harper just came back from an injury, asked for his release, and not only did he not get it, they added 6 months on to his contract because he was out with an injury, so they rolled him over. And supposedly, Sasha Banks is not happy with her spot, so she threatened to quit and asked for her release. They wouldn't give it to her and told her to go home. So right now, they might be just freezing her out where she's got to sit at home and sit out her contract there. So there's lots of people who are leaving, and allegedly Dean Ambrose is already gone.
Yeah, well, that's been so much on TV, it's almost like it's become an angle in itself.
I don't think it is. I think he's gone.
Oh.
And I think, all over the internet this weekend, Chris Jericho was commenting on the likelihood of Dean Ambrose coming to AEW.
Right. Think he'd bring his wife? I'm asking for a friend.
No, I don't. I think maybe eventually, but I don't think it would start that way.
Okay. I'd rather see her than him, but it's not that I don't like him.
I understand.
Okay.
So, you asked a question about AEW. Do they know how difficult this is going to be?
Yeah.
You didn't mean the pay-per-view. You meant just competing.
Competing against a, and I guess you. This is why anybody gets into business, right? You know there's going to be competition.
See, here's my thing, though.
Do they know what is going to happen and how difficult the other party is going to make it for them?
I think they're figuring it out.
Okay.
I mean, the night before, Hunter had his biggest and most important match of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going into the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And during his own induction,
Right.
he goes out of his way
Mm-hmm.
to say that Vince McMahon would buy that little pissant company you work for,
Right.
Billy Gunn, just so he could fire you again.
Mm. So there you go. First big shot.
But he's allowing AEW to take up space.
Right. Which is.
In his most important time. Like,
Yeah.
it's your own Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah.
It's the night before you have your biggest match of the year.
Right.
A guy you've wanted to wrestle for a long time, and you're thinking about that. I thought it was very telling.
Yeah. But they're going to just, if nothing else, it's going to make the WWE better.
I think competition's good for everybody.
Well,
I
that's
definitely think
that's
it'll make
kinda
them
what I
better.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah.